Hello Physical Fiends, it's Jordan here again with some recently announced physical releases. These are games that were just announced in the past couple of weeks. They are not releasing this week, okay? That episode is tomorrow on Monday. Xenoblade Chronicles X is obviously the big recent one. People have been massively excited about this announcement, including myself. So much so I made a whole video about it. This was a Wii U exclusive game, and it was the best Wii U exclusive in my opinion. Breath of the Wild was cross-gen, so yeah, I want to pump this game up a little bit. It's not quite like other games in the series in terms of structure, so don't go in expecting that, but if you want a fun time exploring a vast world in mechs and creating your own character, it is a lot of fun. Love the music, except for the flying one. That is a bit too cringy even for me. But it's releasing on Nintendo Switch in March next year. And if you want to pre-order it or any of the retail games in this episode, please consider using the links in the description. That massively helps me out. You can pre-order from VGP with any of the links below, and that helps the channel ever so much. They are a good company with free worldwide shipping over 80 Canadian bucks, which is about 60 American dollars, not so much, and yeah, thank you from the bottom of my heart. What else have we got? Well, Speedollama. You can't order from VGP because there is a new kid on the block in terms of boutique publishers. Fresh Brewed Games, which is bringing PS5 games in official steel books. Their first game is Speedollama, a run-and-gun action game that can be pre-ordered right now at freshsteelbookgames.com. Are they reputable? I don't know. Maybe a bit of a risk. Just, go with your feeling. Neva is a game I'd literally never heard of until this physical announcement. It's releasing physically on Switch and PlayStation 5 in a standard and deluxe edition. This comes with an 88-page art book, a soundtrack CD, and a download code for the music as well, and a nice big box. This is being published by Devolver next year, so you know the critics are gonna be loving it. They rarely make a misstep. They've got their PR push all lined up perfectly, and to be fair, the game does look gorgeous. Taito Milestones 3 is releasing physically in December, only on Nintendo Switch. 10 more Taito games, and it's taken the third volume to include Bubble Bobble. How did it take this long? They're bringing out the big guns for this one. I think they realized no one gave a monkeys about paying for the previous releases because they're always on sale for like $10 or something. Fine games, but 10 always seemed meager for the archaic as ass arcade games. But this collection, this one looks properly solid. Bubble Bobble, Rainbow Islands, Rastan Saga 1 and 2, Dead Connection, Kadash, Champion Wrestler, Runark, Warrior Blade, and Thunder Fox. There are some good names in this one. I might actually buy this one. Sweet Carole is releasing physically sometime this year on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5. This has got an old school Disney style animation going on, which is really commendable. In fact, the more I look at it, the more I think this is going to be a fabulous game. There is always the risk of having the gameplay play second fiddle to the visuals like this, but I am fully on board with this. Wow, it looks amazing. Black Myth Wukong was finally announced for a physical release. Happened quicker than I thought actually, and it's releasing sometime this year with the final solid date being announced pretty soon. Of course, a lot of people who are physical only gamers are excited about this since I think we can see it's the biggest brand new game of the year. No nonsense, solid action, just good fun. Alisa Developers Cut is getting a physical release on Nintendo Switch thanks to yours truly. I'm not going to spend long on this since I made a video dedicated to it already, and I'll be talking about it in Monday's video tomorrow, but just bear with me while I shill this because it's something I'm really excited about. I worked on this, okay? Survival horror fans should be lapping this up. Check out Premium Edition games if you live in the USA, and if you live outside of the USA, check out Video Games Plus. There's a standard and collector's edition that will be out next year. I would guess like Q2, but I hope you can pre-order it because that really would help support this one especially. Graveyard Keeper Undead Edition is getting a physical release on Nintendo Switch. I've only seen this listed for Europe for the time being. Maybe it's too early to be working in absolutes. I'm not a Sith, so a North American release could be announced. It's releasing in February, so there's plenty of time. I've been asking for this for bloody years. It seemed like such a great indie game to have a physical release, and I was always perplexed as to why it never happened. But it seems like they were waiting to fill it with DLC content, which is great. I'm looking forward to this one. If I see a North American version pop up, I will mention it again in another video. Him, The Smile, and Bloom, I did not expect this. If you remember the import exclusive Hanimeo, Kare2 and Bloom, the Otome, well, it's getting a Western physical release. Well, I don't know why, there is no artwork or anything, but P-Cube announced it, and we don't know if it's North America or Europe, it's too early to say. I'm just going on a reply they did on a tweet. They said it's going to get a physical release, so yeah. Just some quick mentions to games that were on previous generations, not going to dwell on them. Darksiders 2 Deathinitive Edition is getting a remaster on PS5 and Xbox Series. Why? I don't know. Guess it performs even better than the PS4 physical, or maybe they want a quick bit of buckage as it's an easy one to pump out for a budget price, I don't know. Resident Evil 3 Remake, Resident Evil 2 Remake, and Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition are getting physical releases on PlayStation 5. Yeah, believe it or not, these were not physical on PlayStation 5 up to this point. Why? Well, maybe these will have better performance. In fact, they will have better performance, they'll have ray tracing, and support for the DualSense controller. Sadly, I can't find any information about if the discs include like the DLC content or updates and stuff like that. I have no idea. In an ideal world, they would, it makes sense, but I'm not confident that Capcom are generous enough. But you know, they are budget releases, less than $30 each, so yeah, I might actually buy these versions. Toaplan Arcade Collection 4 is Evercade kicking ass again. Toaplan Arcade Collection 3 is coming out this month, but next month, in December, they've got the 4th collection coming up, and maybe it's not as awesome as 3, but it's still looking great. This includes Dog Yoon, which is, I think, the star of the show, Grindstormer, Knuckle Bash, PP and BB, and Snow Bros 2, and the console version of Sky Shark. I don't know why they don't have the arcade version. Evercade also have Metal Dragon / Life on Mars collection. This is their 2nd collection and contains 2 aftermarket Mega Drive games, both of which are supposedly pretty good, like 2 run-and-gun action games, perfect for the Evercade. If you purchase from VGP, you can get both games bundled together and shipped worldwide for free. Great way to collect for Evercade because it's like, what, like $40 or something. Alright, let's jump into some import announcements. Links below for these are for Play Asia, and if you click these links and try to buy something, you can get 5% off with the code Jordan24. Love Delivery and Love in Login is an import exclusive coming to Nintendo Switch in March next year, and it does have English. This is a double pack of visual novels from Korea. There are not many reviews for the PC version, so I can't really fully judge them, but I can judge the collector's edition, which includes one of those classy booba mouse pads that your mama would be so proud of. It also includes a very cultured beach towel that if any babe saw it while you were sunbathing, she would instantly jump on top of you, like guaranteed babe magnet. Like, trust me on this one, okay? Airport Hero Centrair 20th century, I don't know what I'm talking about, 20th Anniversary Edition is the 3rd Airport Hero game on the Nintendo Switch. How is it different from the other 2? I don't know, but it does have some new small features that tells me it's not just a slightly updated version. I think it is a separate release. There are genuine new features here, and it's releasing in mid-December on the Switch with English. Urban Myth Dissolution Center is a fascinating looking adventure game that's getting a physical release on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5 in February next year, and it's coming in a standard and collector's edition, which includes a small tabletop game, soundtrack CD, and some kind of book. It will have English, and it looks to have a horror theme to the adventuring. I'm really liking the look of this one. Venus Vacation Prism Dead or Alive Xtreme is getting an Asian English physical release on PlayStation 4 and PS5, getting some prime time culture right here, ladies and gentlemen. I made a video about this yesterday. Go watch that for all the details. There is a standard edition, 2 collector's editions, and unlike the previous games, I don't believe this involves any semblance of sports gameplay. It's just purely dating hot babes, right? And this is AAA fan service. I think it's going to be a big import. In fact, I think it might be the biggest import on PlayStation 5 ever. Can you think of any other PlayStation 5 import as earth-shattering as this? Remember, the Asian version has English, the Japanese one does not, at least as far as I know. And this should be releasing in March. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, a few new announcements from the past couple of weeks. Please let me know down below in the comments which new announcement has taken your fancy. And of course, if you'd like to pre-order any of them, consider using the links below in the description and pinned comment. That massively helps me out so much, and I genuinely can't thank you enough. I'll see you tomorrow on Monday's video, a Let's Get Physical video, and I hope you have all had a great weekend like me, working. Yeah.